So, hello again. Welcome back to my channel. So, today we're gonna learn on chapter 12. We will learn on how to use a persuasive speech in your public speaking. In this chapter, we will be covered on this checklist. You will be learn the importance of persuasions, the ethics and persuasions, the psychology of persuasions, types of persuasive speeches, persuasive speech strategic order. So, the importance of persuasions. Persuasions is the process of creating, reinforcing, or changing people's belief or action. It is the ability to speak and write persuasively will benefit you in every part of your life, from personal relations to community activities to career inspirations. You will be act as an advocate, get the listener to agree with you and perhaps to act on that belief. Ethics and persuasions. To make sure your goals are ethically sound and use ethical method to communicate ideas. So this you have to follow the guideline for ethical speaking so that you can defend your ideas. You need to be too honest in whatever you have saying to your audience. Please do check your outline, your topic, and your subtopic to ensure there is no plagiarism exists in your speaking. Present statistics, testimony, and example to ensure that the audience will be understand and convinced whatever that you are preaching to them. In every of public speaking, you must show your respect for every speech and expressions. And remember, stay away from name calling and other forms of abusive language. The psychology of persuasions. Persuasion is a psychological process. It occurs in a situation where two or more points of view exist. So the challenge to persuasive speaker, it is the most complex and the most challenging speech. Therefore, your objective is more ambitious than in speaking to inform, and the audience analysis and adaptations become much more demanding. In every persuasive speech, you will face some of the listeners who are strongly in favor of your position, but there will be someone that neutral who might be admittedly opposed to your ideas. But no worries, in a persuasion, everything is for a getting knowledge. How listener process persuasive message? We often think of persuasion as something a speaker does to an audience. In fact, persuasion is something a speaker does with an audience. Think of your persuasive speech as a kind of mental dialogue with your audience. What is mental dialogue? The mental give and take between speakers and listener during a persuasive speech. Audience thinking about speakers' credibility, delivery, supporting materials and language, and etc. So you will become the main objective of your public speech. There are three types of persuasive speeches. One is the persuasive speech on question of fact, persuasive speech on question of value, and the last but not least, persuasive speech on questions of policy. Persuasive speech on question of fact. Questions about the truth or the falsity of an assertion. Many questions of fact cannot be answered absolutely. There is a true answer, but we don't have enough information to know what it is. Some questions involve predictions. Who will win the football match, for example? And some questions deal with the issue which the facts are inconclusive. For example, what will happen in the Middle East? Persuasive speech is a partisan. The speaker acts as an advocate. Remember, present one view of the facts as persuasively as possible. Persuasive speech on a question of value. So this is the second type of persuasive speech. Questions about the worth, rightness, morality, and so forth of an idea or action. Some questions demand value judgment. Judgment based on the person's belief about what is wrong, good or bad, moral or immoral, proper, improper, fair and unfair. For example, what are the laws about cloning in different countries? This is a factual question. The answer you reach are independent on your belief about the morality of cloning. It is more on personal opinion, but you need to justify your claim. Give special thought to the standards of your value judgment. Persuasive speech on questions of policy. This is the third type of persuasive speech. This is a speech where a questions about whether a specific course of action should or should not be taken. For example, what to do about airport security. Second, how to maintain economic growth. Normally, use the word should. In these types of speeches on question of policy, there are two of speeches. One is speech to gain passive agreement, and second is speech to gain immediate action. As for the passive agreement, the speaker's goal is to convince the audience that a given policy is desirable without encouraging audience to take action in support of the policy. As for the second, speaker goal is to convince the audience to take actions in the support of the given policy. How to do for your outline. Persuasive speech strategic order. This is I am recommend you to this use two type of strategic order. Number one is comparative advantage order. It is a method of organizing persuasive speeches in which each point explain why a speaker's solution to a problem is preferable to other proposed solutions. As for the second best, as well as a student, you are advised to use Monroe motivated sequence, a method of organizing persuasive speeches that seek immediate actions. The 5 steps of the motivated sequence are attention, need, satisfaction, visualizations, and the actions. So that's it for our chapter 12. So today, what you have learned. First is the importance of persuasions. Second, ethics of persuasions. Third, the psychology of persuasion. Fourth, type of persuasive speeches. And last, persuasive speech strategic order. I hope you have learned something today and thank you for your attention.